This is an Olivetti mechanical adding machine which operates via the use of this crank handle. You can add, subtract, multiply on this. This is a sterling version, so it has pounds, shillings and pence, but it has this really handy feature here so that we can press the button up to whole numbers, so it ignores the shillings and pence, and we can just work with essentially a decimal operation in the digits above that, which is really useful. We've got various functions on this, and it's controlled by this joystick here, which, if left centrally, just adds. And then we've got a total function, which also clears the registers. We've got a subtotal function, which leaves the total still in the registers, and you can carry on adding and subtracting. We've got a subtract feature, and we've also got a feature here so that you can add a numerical label to your calculation if you're doing many different ones, or if you have client IDs, etc., things like that. You can multiply using this button, and you can lock in the subtraction using this button here when we're in subtract mode. Now, the reason for this video is that when I was getting this machine, I found a really cool video on YouTube, but it had an error in it in so much that the method for removing the case really endangered you stretching the plastic too far and breaking the case, whereas actually these machines have a lovely mechanism which I'll show you. Okay, so I'm actually going to start with the case off. Now the reason for this is that I need to show you the sliding mechanism that locks the case in place. Now here's the case of a machine which I just got, which you can see is a bit dirty. The machine itself is in real need of a cleanup, and you can see we've got these 3 lugs on the back. Often one or more of them is broken, but this is really good because there's no breaks to these at all, so I'm really lucky to have got this, really. And what happens is that those are the first thing which you need to unlock when you're removing the case, and that happens by this sliding mechanism here. Now this is a little bit stiff, quite easily click from one position to the other, and as those metal tabs slide, they essentially unlock and then lock the tabs in place. So the first thing that we need to do when we are removing the case is, with the case on, is to slide this to the side to unlock the tabs at the back. So now we start with the case on. And first of all, we need to remove the paper if we've got that loaded. Just push the arm holder and the paper roll should drop out. Then we need to push the slider so that we unlock the lugs. That's now unlocked, and that would allow me to lift the back of the machine up slightly. But I'm going to lift the cover up here because we need to do so, and I'm just going to now just lift that back just slightly. It's unlocked now on those lugs, and that allows us movement to push the case forward. Should do. Just enough so that we unlock the lugs that go underneath the keyboard at the front. We can just then lift those clear, and you may want to remove the joystick knob, but most of the time you'll be fine. And then lift it clear of the paper holder and the case and the back, and we're done. Okay, so if we want to put the case back on, let's make sure that we've got our lid in the up position, and we need to hook the case over the lid and the paper holders at the back, like that. Put it over our joystick, and the lugs now at the front are in the right place. So I'll just lift that back. So you can see we've got the lugs here, and we just push those back. Now that's now into position. Put our case down and then lock the lugs in place at the back by sliding the switch at the back, and the case is now on, and all we need to do is to reload the paper, which we do the right way to make that really easy to load.